with Miles Bridges. And for Utah, Lauri Markkanen out there with Jusuf Nurkic. Then it's Bailey, then there's George, and it's Mykhailiuk in at the 2. This should be a real chess match tonight, Grant. These teams both love to get set up and run their plays.
Yeah, you know, B.A., you got two patient teams who execute on exactly what their coaches drawn up for them. Trusting in ball movement to find their shots is a key.
Now here's Ball. Pass to Miller. And here's Knipple from the arc. Rebounded by Nurkic. Here's Mykhailiuk. It's George on the wing. Six on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. And there's the rejection. Defended by Nurkic. Pass to Ball. Buries it from 3.
Yeah, I'll tell you, from the moment he entered this league, LaMelo Ball has been a high-volume three-point shooter.
Markkanen outside. 4-3. Kept alive. Here's Nurkic. That one falls.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
But to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Now here's Ball, hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And this is year 2 for Coach Charles Lee at the helm of the Hornets, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., a long-time assistant. He knocked on plenty of doors before finally securing the lead role. And that determination to break through, something he's looking to impart to his young roster.
And here's Bailey for 3. The rebound by Bridges. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Miller on the wing. Jacks up at 3. No good there. Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He had been watching highlights with the coaching staff, and they noticed LaMelo likes to pass from obscure angles. Coach told his team, you just can't relax out there. I want you looking for cutters everywhere. We'll see how prepared they are tonight. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie. For Utah, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. George passes to Mykhailiuk. Nurkic, a screen on Miller. Puts up a deep 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
It really was an inconsistent performance from them. I'm just surprised it was as close as it was.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
Charlotte, no good that time either. Utah trailing here. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Mykhailiuk. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Mykhailiuk's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Inside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
George, right side. Pass to Markkanen. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Well, get the ball and go to work. Markkanen using his size to great effect inside.
Bridges outside. Ball outside from deep. Rebounded by Bailey.
Now, how about this? He cannot find his rhythm in this period. This has been tough sledding.
Markkanen from long range, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Well, nice job to capitalize right there in an instance where all you got to do is catch shoot.
Ball taking his time here with the floater. Bridges outside. Misses the three.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
George outside to the middle. Oh, they pick off the pass. Bridges against Markkanen. And the basket by Bridges.
I'll tell you, if you're Miles Bridges, you take the easy shots inside when you get them.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Markkanen. He's guarded by Bridges. Fader on the way. And it doesn't fall for him. Made two, missed two now. The Hornets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. And it's Bridges with the jam.
One thing we know about Miles Bridges, he is willing to put his body on the line. Tremendous focus to get his shot opportunity there.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hornets?
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
What a great season it's been thus far, Doris. We're about halfway through it. What stands out to you?
You know what's remarkably consistent, B.A.? There's always a surprise for the good and the bad. A team we expected to be in the mix maybe struggles because of an injury or because of bad chemistry, and then there's always an overachiever.
Hornets leading by 3. Pass to Sexton. Bridges down low. Nurkic is there. Here's Knipple. Yet to see a basket.
Great effort on the glass by the big fella. Nice work.
Nurkic passes to George. Markkanen up top. Utah moving the ball around. Offline with a 3. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 3-point lead. Shot is up. Charlotte, no good that time either.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
Stolen by Ball. Bridges outside. The kick out to Ball. Hits a 3-pointer. Ball's got 6.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
To the inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. The 3 is up. And Charlotte, another 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And let's check out which teams have been offensive juggernauts the past 10 games. Number 5, the Jazz.
This team has been on an absolute tear offensively. It seems like they're able to find a shot every trip down.
Jazz trail by 9. Down low. Here's Nurkic. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Nurkic has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, this is exactly where you want Jusuf Nurkic, operating on the offensive end.
The 3 from Sexton. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Doris, while he's selective about it, Jusuf Nurkic has added a 3-pointer to his game.
I think if you're a big in the modern NBA, you understand that your game is always about adapting to what's next. And listen, you have to be selective if you're just adding this element, but Jusuf Nurkic trying to evolve.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Jazz. Count it. 11 points in the game.
I just love the ball movement.
For Utah, they've got 6 of 14 in so far. Markkanen outside. Here's Bailey, still without a bucket. Let's go with a three. Ball with the rebound. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 13-4 run. The three. And his fifth basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
George passes to Bailey. Now here's Markkanen. To the inside. And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist by Markkanen.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Outside Sexton. Back to ball. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now here's George. He had 25 points in his last game. And the basket by Mikhailuk.
Boy, that's just inviting trouble. Defensively, you simply can't give him that much space.
Pass to Sexton. Screen by Bridges. Takes the three. Rebound, Utah. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's George. Markkanen with it. 5 points in the game. From outside, off the mark.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Knippel to the paint. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Jazz. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You take a look at the Hornets. They're way down there in the conference, but still optimistic they can turn it around. Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Mikhailuk. And a change for the Hornets. Diabate's checked in for Bridges. Jazz trail by 7. George peels it out a bit. Pass to Markkanen. There's the three. Ball with the rebound.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And here's Knippel from the arc. Rebound, Utah.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Sensabaugh. Soft touch off the glass.
Now, this is why people like to play with Mr. Markkanen. This guy is a solid passer out of that forward spot.
Back to ball. Pass to Knippel. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Collier.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Markkanen outside. Fires from deep. Knocks down the long K. And now just a 2-point Hornet lead.
Boy, the man from Finland is very confident in that jumper. Markkanen, no doubt.
Here's Ball. Shot clock at 6. And he drops it in from the low post. Ball's got 18 points in the game.
This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
George sets a screen. For 3, Collier. Another 3 for Utah.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Ball. 15 in his last outing. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. And it's Nurkic with the ball for Utah. They trail by 1. It's stolen by Nurkic. George outside. Pass to Markkanen. High arcing shot. It's tipped. LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. We'll be back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. Taking a look at the Hornets' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
We've got Filipowski, also Kevin Love out there, and it's Collier in at the point. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans. All-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down-shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry. Appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you, VA.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And so it's Charlotte with it, following the three by Utah. Here's Sexton. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Pass to Love. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, guys, how good is Love at fighting through the contact to finish and score it?
Utah shooting their first free throw of the evening. And the Hornets making a change here. Miller's checked in.
One shot.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And a lot of spot-up shooters now adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Bridges passes to Sexton. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Bridges misses. For Utah, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Over to the left wing. Here's Collier. Checked by Sexton. Pass to Love. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Here's Hendricks. Gets the 3 to fall. Hendricks has got 6.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Unselfish play by Miles Bridges right there. The team wants more of that.
For Utah, they've gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
And just far too many turnovers. You can't expect to win if you can't protect the ball.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Markkanen's checked in for Love. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. And Mikhailuk subbed in for Sensabaugh. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Markkanen outside. Five to shoot. From outside the arc, Markkanen sticks one from distance.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Here's Bridges. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor. Hornets
trail by 6. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Diabate. Out to Bridges. The rebound by Markkanen.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's a foul he wanted to avoid, and he definitely doesn't want to pick up his third before the half.
Utah making a switch here. Nurkic just checked in. Knippel's checked in for Charlotte. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. And timeout called by Charles Lee. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Look at the best first-year players when it comes to three-point shooting. The fourth spot held by Knippel.
The level of competition in this rookie class around the arc is truly something special. I'm sure he's eager to climb to the top of the list.
So it's the Hornets now. 6-point game. Here's Sexton. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Well, if you've got the speed of Colin Sexton, put the ball on the deck and make sure you make good use of it.
Here's Collier. Utah moving the ball around. And here's Bailey for 3. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now. Outside Sexton. Miller outside. And counted from 12 feet. Now just a 2-point Utah lead.
Boy, you love to see Brandon Miller create space with the ball in his hands, folks. Look out in pick-and-roll action. He's that good.
Well, Brandon Miller has proven himself as a multi-positional player, Doris.
He has, and in this era of positionless basketball, Brandon Miller is a guy who can fit in a lot of different systems. He can shoot the jump shot. He can play face-up off the bounce. You can use your size to overpower guards in a mismatch. A lot to like with Brandon Miller. You combine strength, athleticism, unbelievable hops, miles, Bridges. Yes, sir.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Sexton. One falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. 12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And he lobs it up top. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Wow, the opportunistic Bridges sees you falling asleep defensively. Up and over the top he goes.
Markkanen for 3. Ball with the rebound. And Ball will bring it up here for the Hornets. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Bridges outside. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Here's Collier. Markkanen outside. A deep 3. Ooh, Markkanen showing off the range there.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Pass to Diabate. And here's Ball. Ball in the paint.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
The Jazz have gone 7 for 11 in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Markkanen. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Now, this shows you how dynamic Lauri Markkanen is as a scorer. If he feels good, boy, the numbers come in a hurry.
There's Ball with a 3. That shot missing.
After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's got 6. For 3, Collier. The putback. It's good on the putback. And now a 3-point Utah lead.
Well, Nurkic throwing his big weight around on the offensive glass right there. Go to work, Big Nurk.
To the inside. Here's Bridges. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. 18 points for Miles Bridges.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Collier. Hounded by Ball. Pass to Markkanen. Knocked loose. Stolen by Miller. Here's Diabate. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Bailey. Down low. Markkanen for 3. Ooh, he's looking good tonight. He's drilled 9 of 15 so far.
He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
And here's Ball. 20 points for him. From deep. Melo knocking down a 3.
A situation made for LaMelo Ball. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Bailey. Back to Markkanen. Nurkic a screen on Bridges. Markkanen, the pass to Nurkic. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Miller outside. Back to Ball. Shoots from the line, and it's Charlotte with another. Utah leading. To the left wing. That's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Knipp will touch it last. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Thursday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Saturday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Utah, going up against the Jazz.
And looking at the Clippers matchup, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
George, he's checked in for Utah. Here's George. No points yet. Bailey, the pass to Mikhailuk.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Nurkic, a screen on Ball. There's the 3. George's shot is off. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Ball no good. And there's 1:38 left in the first half. Here's Mikhailuk. 8 points in his last time out. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Mikhailuk. Markkanen outside. From behind the arc. Knipp with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
There's a screen. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk. One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. 59 seconds left in the second period. Pass to Bailey. Bridges against Markkanen. Now George. Markkanen with a screen on Ball. For 3, George. The shot comes out. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Miller, right side. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And here's Knipple from the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. Nurkic has got rebound number 11.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
It's George on the wing, pounded by Ball. Markkanen looking it over. Utah with another miss. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Hornets out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
You take a look at the Hornets. They hear the clock. Trying to coast through the season straight into the playoffs? Not how it works, fellas. They don't have the talent to pull that off. The effort has got to be there.
And let's review how things are going for the Jazz. They find themselves in a tight one here at the half.
Give me Coach gray hairs with the turnovers. It's time to slow things down. Protect the rock. Make the simple play.
Dr. O'Neal, I think your diagnosis is right on the money. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Utah trailing here. On the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. Pass to Markkanen. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Markkanen's got 28 points for the game.
Well, we know Markkanen can flat score the basketball, and right now he's got his rhythm going.
Defended by Nurkic. Here's Knipple. The 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Knipple's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Markkanen. And again for 3.
Oh my, he is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Miller outside. Back to Ball. That's a strong finish from Ball.
Now, this is where the size of LaMelo pays off, folks. 6'7" and ready to finish.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Markkanen. He's guarded by Bridges. Markkanen outside. Back to Mikhailuk. Just 5 on the clock. Another 3 for Utah.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Hornets trail by 3. It's Bridges on the wing. 18 points for him. Ball against George. With a step back. Ball no good. Jazz leading by 3. Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Lauri Markkanen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, BA, is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lauri has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lauri can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, BA. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to Knippel. The 3 ball. Sends it home from three-point land. Knippel's got 6 here in the quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Markkanen misses. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. And here's Knippel from the arc. And the Hornets, another 3. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk, guarded by Miller. Markkanen outside. Now Nurkic. He's got 10. Here's Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. Markkanen misses. Now here's Bridges. It's guarded by Markkanen. And the basket by Bridges.
Miles Bridges has steadily built an offensive arsenal that is so impressive. Doesn't matter what the defense sends at him, he finds a way to score it.
Now here's George. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Bailey. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Boy, this has not been his night. The effort's certainly there, but he looks disjointed.
Here's Bridges, over Markkanen, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, defenders can have a very hard time against Miles Bridges because it's not just size, it is skill.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, the talent, the strength, the athleticism is all there for Miles Bridges. This guy can put up monster numbers on the offensive end.
He does not get the second one. Jazz trail by 4. Throws it up high. Oh, and Markkanen finishes.
Yeah, Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Set that lob up in the air and he'll finish.
Pass to Knippel. Now here's Bridges. There's the triple. Rebounded by Bailey. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. Markkanen used it as size inside.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
The Hornets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention. All right, let's take this opportunity to look at the teams that are really sharing the ball over the last month. The Jazz, second.
And over this last stretch, this team has been incredible passing the rock, playing great team basketball.
For Utah, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. Pass to Mikhailuk. Now here's George. He's scoreless. Markkanen from long range. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Ball's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Bridges. Miller on the wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Oh, in a close game like this, that is the kind of mental lapse you have to avoid.
Utah has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Pass to Markkanen. George, a screen on Bridges. Markkanen, the pass to Mikhailuk. And here's Markkanen. He's guarded by Bridges. Here's George. Again, Utah, good for 2.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
Charlotte trailing. Miller outside. Back to Ball. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ball's got 29.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
George passes to Nurkic. George against Ball. Markkanen from long range. He can't get that one to fall. And Charlotte shooting the rock at 58%. Here's Bridges. Utah grabs the miss. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Here's George. And that one drops. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
Ball with no fear. And Ball throws it down.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Here's George. The Hornets making their last shot. Bailey's shot is off.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Pass to Miller for the lead. And the jumper is on the mark.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. LaMelo Ball with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They really need to reshape their defense. They have to get out to him quicker to slow his three-point attack.
Fans, please give a big round of applause.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. And a change for the Hornets. Sexton's checked in. George with it. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. Pass to Bailey. Here's Filipowski. 5 to shoot. Utah moving the ball around. George for 3. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Sexton. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And one of the standout skills for Colin Sexton, that little floater in the lane.
The floater is an invaluable tool for virtually every guard in the league because when you touch the paint, generally speaking, you have bigs rotating to you. But there are a lot of things to love about Colin Sexton. This guy is so intense defensively, a tremendous competitor, and he's really trying to grow that jump shooting aspect, which will be critical.
And you look at Colin Sexton, puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
Shibue's checked in for Nurkic. All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Sexton against George. Oh, swiped away. Ball outside. Sexton against George. Sexton, that's good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Here's Bailey after Charlotte's three-pointer on the other end. Pass to Mikhailuk. Lets the three fly. Drains the triple. Mikhailuk's got 12 points in the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
George for three. That shot off.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Inside, here's Bridges. And here are the Hornets with another bucket.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Shibwe. No made baskets yet. George outside. 4-3. And the three-pointer goes.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
1:49 left to play in the third. It's Bridges on the wing, covered by Filipowski. And here's Knipple from the arc. On target from range. Knipple's got 12 points in just the second half.
I'll tell you, he comes out of the locker room, and all of a sudden, he's a different guy.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Outside Sexton. Launches a three. The shot no good. Jazz trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Shibwe. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Puts up a three. Sexton misses. The Jazz shooting 55% for the game so far. 43 seconds left in the third. Pass to Mikhailuk for the lead. Knipple with the rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Down low. Here's Sexton. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Sexton's got 10.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
To the inside. Here's Filipowski. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Bailey. Pass to George. Fires the three. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
A huge three allows them to snatch the lead heading into the final quarter.
And so it's Lauri Markkanen making things happen for Utah. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Charlotte trailing. We've got Filipowski, Lauri Markkanen out there with Collier, and it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Here's Diabate. Miller outside, takes the 3. Utah with the rebound. Markkanen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Collier. Pass to Hendricks. Jacks up a 3. Diabate grabs the board. And Charlotte shooting a terrific 58% from the floor. And Salong gets it to go. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's Collier to the paint. Here's Sensabaugh. Banked it in off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 1.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now here's Miller. The shot from the low post is good.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Pass to Sensabaugh. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. It's rebounded by Salon.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Now here's Miller. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Markkanen hit on the release.
Even though they have the lead, this guy keeping his foot on the gas pedal, I love it.
Miller, right side. Back to Sexton. Pass to Salah. 4 on the clock. And here's Knipple from the arc. Give him that one. Now shooting 5 for 11 from the floor.
Yep, and he's got his three-point shot back. He did nothing from range in the first half. But here in this quarter, woo, he's got it going.
Here's Collier. Markkanen outside. Fires the 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Nurkic is checked in for Hendricks. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Green's checked in for Salon. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Hornets. Pass to Green. Here's Miller. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's 8 points for Brandon Miller.
Wow, Brandon Miller doing some work in the painted area. To see that young man be that willing to mix it up, oh yes.
Now Filipowski. Here's Collier. Checked by Sexton. There's a screen by Nurkic. For 3, Collier. Another 3 for Utah.
Oh, massive three-point shot. I mean, you can tell he wants to step up for his team in crunch time.
Yeah, when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
So it's the Hornets now, following the 3 by Utah. Knipple with a bucket.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Here's Collier to the inside. Nice touch inside there from Markkanen.
His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
And here's Sexton. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, Doris.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears you to the veterans.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Bailey's checked in for Filipowski. Mikhailuk comes in for Sensabaugh. And it's Keontae George in for Collier. That free throw good from Sexton.
Well, Colin Sexton, I mean, great athleticism, unbelievable quickness. But there is an intensity that pours off this guy nightly that you have to admire.
Now here's George. Pass to Nurkic. Markkanen outside. Utah moving the ball around. Here's George. And that one's long. For Charlotte, they've gotten 6 of 8 shots to fall during this fourth. Bridges outside. From the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Now Nurkic. Nurkic, a screen on Miller. George for three. That one doesn't drop. He's 4 for 10 from the field now. Charlotte has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Outside Sexton for three. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
Now here's George. Markkanen, the pass to George. It's Markkanen on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. Markkanen with a screen on Sexton. Lets it go from deep. Markkanen misses.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And it's Sexton, that time on the assist by Ball. Now it's a 7-point Charlotte lead. The Jazz have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Now here's Nurkic. Tight defense on him. Markkanen sets a screen. Shot to stop the run. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Pass the ball. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Nurkic. Jazz trail by 4. This one for 3. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
Ball outside. Here's Bridges. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Pass to Bailey. Now Markkanen. Nurkic, a screen on Bridges. Here's Markkanen. Oh, look at the fin with the finish. Lauri Markkanen.
Markkanen finishes that with authority. Look out below.
And here's Bridges. Defended by Nurkic. Bridges outside. Pass to Ball. Launches it. Deep 3 for Ball.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Nurkic, a screen on Sexton. Here's Bailey. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Utah.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second make sense.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They've led by as much as 10. Bridges outside. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped.
That's just great work on the defensive end by Lauri Markkanen. You can see his length come into play.
Here's Mikhailuk. Kicks it to George to take the lead. It doesn't go for him.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
2.
Knipples checked in for Charlotte.
Brandon Miller at the line for 1.
1 shot.
Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone.
Pass to Bailey. Markkanen up top. From deep. Can't get it. Charlotte leading by 4. Bridges. Banks it home. Big shot.
What you love is Miles Bridges has kept his foot on the gas pedal. Started out scoring well and continues to keep the pressure on.
Here's Markkanen. Again. What an avalanche. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Miller with it. Outside ball. Shoots a 3. Rebounded by Markkanen. This lead is up for grabs.
Yeah, each possession has an importance.
Yes, sir!
Oh, my. The experience coming into play there. Nurkic showing poise, draining the big-time shot.
Now here's Ball. He launches. Now Bridges. Another shot. And he lays it in.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
At the line for one.
Free throw, no good. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Can't hit it.
Boy, when you're trying to make up ground, every shot counts. You have got to be selective.
Here's Ball.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. Jazz trail by 6. It's Markkanen on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. Outside George. Nurkic a screen on Ball. George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it!
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
And here's Charlotte now, following the bucket by Utah. And here's Ball. It's stolen by Nurkic. Markkanen. Nails it.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Cashes it in.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
One shot.
And that one falls for Ball.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
And Utah calls time here. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
The strategy is simple. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Here's George.
Hey, yo, right here.
For 3. It's good from beyond the mark.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
If it wasn't out of reach already, guys, those free throws turn the lights off.
And Utah calls time here. We've got 13 seconds left in the final quarter. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
Markkanen, and again for 3.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a calm in the storm, and these fans are feeling it.
He's been raining them down from outside, en route to the most triples in a game in franchise history.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, you love to see the calmness at the line. Didn't faze him at all. Big time spot, and he makes it easy.
Good! Another from 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for second in most threes in a game.
Now it's a 4-way tie between himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Damian Lillard.
Bridges fires. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Keontae George out there with Sviatoslav Mikhailuk. Then it's Jusuf Nurkic. Then it's Bailey. And it's Markkanen in at the 4 spot. Can't get the go-ahead bucket. And for the Hornets, they're shooting at around 60% in this one. Very efficient. Puts up the tray. Oh, it's off!
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's George. To take the lead. He gets the layup.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Outside Bridges. Now Ball fires the 3. Money from three.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Markkanen with a screen on ball. George! That misses.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them, too.
Oh, nice setup for the slam.
A true playmaker. When Ball isn't creating for himself, he's creating for others.
Markkanen outside. And again for three.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget.
Yeah, amazing indeed. 14 triples alongside Captain Klay Thompson, that is.
Shot clock at 5. And there's the screen. Ooh, the three doesn't go. And it's Nurkic with the ball for Utah. Bailey. Outside George. Markkanen with a screen on ball. George fires. Bridges pulls it down. For Charlotte, they've gotten 2 of 4 attempts to go in OT. Now Ball. Floats one up. Phenomenal focus by Ball.
Well, LaMelo Ball relishes these moments. That young man has no fear.
Nurkic outside. Here's George. Markkanen outside. Connects again from distance.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made.
Yeah, making waves and passing the splash brother, Klay Thompson. 15 threes and counting.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Ball. 10-footer is good.
Woohoo! LaMelo Ball with the ball on a string. How about that drive?
Markkanen against Bridges. Nurkic to screen on Bridges. Here's Nurkic. And he slams it down.
Creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Utah's gotten 2 of 4 3-pointers to drop in overtime. Markkanen. Oh, connects again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Ball. And good. There's another. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And that one falls for Ball.
When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the stripe.
Utah trailing here. It's stolen away. It's guarded by Markkanen. Yes, sir! Make it in the layup.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Markkanen. And another one.
Never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long time. Markkanen against ball. 5 on the clock. Miles Bridges. Oh, can't hit the jumper.
And what a moment it is for him and this fan base. Setting the scoring record for a game. He deserves to soak it all in.
So many great players have donned this jersey, but yet it's his name at the top of the list. George outside. It's Markkanen on the wing. A one-handed jam, rocking the rim.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Ball fires. Can't get the three. Another tie. And we're going to have a second overtime. And we'll be back right after this. And we return to the action as the single-game record for three-pointers is being rewritten.
Give this man his flowers. He is putting on a game for the ages.
Here we go.
Here's Knipple. Here's Ball. Beyond the arc. Oh, it's off. Here's Bailey. George outside. Just 5 on the clock. Gets it to go.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assist.
Miller outside. Outside ball. And it's good. He hits another one.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. Now Nurkic. Outside George. Takes a three. It's money from deep.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Ball fires. He's off from 3. Utah leading by 3. Now Nurkic. From downtown. Knocks down the trifecta.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Now Ball. Yet another bucket.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. George outside. Jacks up a three. Buries it from outside.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Ball against George. Oh, touches it off the glass.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Bailey. Yes, it's good.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Hornets trail by 7. Up top Ball. George defending. And again.
Oh, what a performance. Arguably the best in franchise history.
He's tied the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. Here's Markkanen. Fires the three, and he nails it.
This is why you select Keontae George. This guy is very capable of huge offensive nights.
Trailing by 8. Now here's Ball. Good. He hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Markkanen. Outside George. Markkanen with a screen on Ball. George! Oh, missed on the tray. Hornets trail by 6.
Every moment counts here. They have got to get moving.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Markkanen against Bridges. Outside George. He launches. Rebounded by Miller. And here's Charlotte now. The free ball is down.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Bridges against Markkanen. Now George. Markkanen with it. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
Here's Ball. Now Bridges tips it up. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. for two,
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
They need to find a 3 fast, a zero hesitation look. Tough, but not impossible.
Brandon Miller. Oh, the long ball, no good. So it's a narrow victory for the Jazz, pulling out the W. Double overtime games are so grueling, and after this one, everyone, the officials, the fans, the broadcasters, will all have to take a little rest.
Yeah, I need that rest, I'll tell you. But, hey, give them credit. They really dug deep into their energy reserves and showed their determination to get this win.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Lori, some efficient shooting for you tonight. How comfortable were you with the looks you were getting?
I was good. Teammates kept finding me. I think I had good looks, and can't really say much. Just try not to think about it too much and just let it go.
Just play the game the way it should be. Congrats on the win, Lori.
Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And we present the player of the game, Lauri Markkanen.